All right, faced with a brutal lie here in some pretty thick Bermuda rough, just short-sided on the green. So let's talk about what we're going to do in terms of evaluating this lie in order to make not only the correct selection of club, but also the correct selection and what type of shot we're going to be hitting to this pin. Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. I'm George Connolly with Scratch Golf Tips. So the first step that I'm going to take is looking at the lie itself. Now this ball is pretty buried. There's some thick grass. There's also some dead grass around it. So we're in August here, so the grass tends to be a little bit burnt out in Florida when it's this hot. So this is actually not going to be crazy thick. It's going to be kind of light and fluffy. So I know that I can get my club underneath this ball, which would be a little bit conducive to a higher shot. That's initially what I'm thinking. Now when I look at this pin, I don't have a ton of green that I'm working with, which also makes it helpful to go up with it. Now, I don't need to hit a flop shot, but hitting something a little bit higher than mid-trajectory is going to be helpful. And in order to do that, I think I'm going to go with my most lofted club. I brought out a 56 here, but I'm going to go back in and get my 60. And whenever I make a club selection on tricky shots like this, I always like to lay the club behind the ball just to kind of get a feel over how it looks and how the club feels going through the grass. For something like this, which is short-sided and out of the rough, it's also super important to have some practice swings. So I have plenty of rough here, so I can just kind of feel the way that the club goes through the grass. Now, just in those couple of swings, the grass is definitely grabbing a little bit. So we're going to need some acceleration through impact. And not only that, but when the grass is grabbing, it might be able to get the hosel of this golf club, meaning it's going to shut down the club and the ball is going to have a tendency to go left. So I'm going to work away from that by aiming just a little bit right and having a nice open club face. Now, in order to make my best decision, I'm going to walk up to the green and just look at the undulation. Look how it slopes. I'm going to want to land this pretty close to the pin because I know it's going to come up high. However, I know that coming out of the rough, there isn't going to be much backspin, so I certainly don't need to land it all the way there. So now that I have my landing point in mind, I have my club, I have my shot selection, just going to go through my pre-shot routine and give it a whirl. A couple practice swings again just to feel it out. Open stance, open face, accelerate through impact. Wow, that definitely came out pretty dead. Shots ended up probably 3 feet. So like I said, I don't know if you saw that in the video, but that stuff definitely grabbed that club a little bit. But because I had that open face and because I was aiming a little bit that way, I'd actually kind of just got through the grass and then ended up being super close. That's basically a tap-in. A little bit longer than a standard tap-in, but might as well type it in with the wedge. There we go. Even down 60 degrees. So that's just a little bit of insight in how I like to evaluate shots. This is especially important out of thick rough or you're out of position. So let me know if you have any comments down in the comment section below. Thank you all very much for watching. Play well and take care.